Dying Light 2 Stay Human is the highly anticipated sequel to the popular open-world zombie parkour video game Dying Light. After 6 long years of waiting, it's finally just months within reach. Dying Light 2 features a newly upgraded combat system, new stealth mechanics, bigger and badder zombies, and an entirely new world to explore. As some of you might know, Techland, the developers of both the first game and Dying Light 2, have been scheduling Twitch streams every few months called Dying to Know, where they release information about the game. We've watched these videos and read some articles for you so you don't have to.
Aiden Caldwell is Dying Light 2's protagonist, being a member of the Pilgrims, a group of outcast survivors who travel the infected world. The inspiration for the making of this group of survivors comes from the Ronin and Old Western desperados. Anyways, our hero is an outsider struggling to remember his past. Somewhere in the city will lie his answers. Aiden travels to the game's setting, Villedor, or better known as the city. It's been about 15 years since the virus went global after Haran, with it estimated that about 98% of the human population is either infected or dead thanks to the virus. With Haran being a fictional city, Villedor seems to be the same, but based somewhere in Europe this time. Of course, like in most post-apocalyptic content, there are other small settlements, but the city is where most of humanity now resides. The city has massive walls that should make it impossible for any hordes of infected to enter from the outside. But, as you could expect, should doesn't mean that it will, and infected roam the streets, weakened by the sunlight that looms over the city during the day. Bandits and other common thugs will scour the streets, scavenging and fighting anyone that comes across them, as long as there's still sunlight, of course. The rooftops, therefore, are safer to travel on as they don't have many things looking to kill you on them. Now, just because there are walls around the city doesn't mean the inside is all safe and dandy. There are factions that reside within the city and interact with Aiden throughout the story. Peacekeepers are seemingly self-governed soldiers who want to impose some kind of law and chaos. The Renegades are ex-prisoners being led by a man known as the Colonel. They're probably the least friendly of all the factions and aren't people you want to get close to. And the survivors are groups of people who pride themselves on being able to adapt to any situation, also being the faction that sets up a lot of the safe zones across the city. Each faction has its own set of characters to get to know, and the decisions you make throughout the game will affect each faction's view of you. As for the city dwellers, or survivors, the developers mention that they got their inspiration for the behavior of the survivors of the city from history and the fall of civilization in the past.
Just like in Dying Light, your best friend is going to be your UV flashlight because anything and everything infected will be trying to kill you at night. Since the zombies aren't weakened by the sun's rays anymore, they will follow you to the ends of the earth once they spot you. With different forms of the classic biter and volatile runner zombies returning, we also have some new infected joining the fray. The Drowner is an infected zombie that hangs around water and has arms that remind player a lot of the upgraded Night Hunter's arms from the first game. The Revenant is another new zombie that seems to have the ability to empower its allies with this mist it shoots out. Make sure to take this one out as soon as possible if you want to stay alive. The Banshee is an uncommon witch-looking infected that has these talon-looking claws for nails. Reminds players a lot like the Left 4 Dead 2 witch. There's a comic on Techland's website that explains the origin of this specific infected. With all this being said about how dangerous it might seem to go out at night with all these infected going around, all the volatiles and monsters do leave their nests and hideouts empty at night, much like the first game. Since nobody dares to go after them during the day when they're full, it'll be much easier to grab supplies from them at night. For players who are looking for that added extra challenge or who want to try out the new Dying Light 2 stealth mechanics can do so. Infected will be on patrol in these nests during the day, so make sure to grab the good stuff and get the hell out of there.
The devs have revamped the stealth mechanics of the first game into something more plausible for getting around the monsters in the dark. New and exciting parkour moves were added to the game that branch off from the first game with 3,000 different animations, making traveling around the city easier and allowing for more fluid movement that was lackluster in the original game. This was done by using motion capture for both the player's parkour and the affected. And in combat, you're going to have a stamina bar along with the parkour agility stamina bar. Even with these limitations, there are multiple creative ways you can choose to fight in your battles. Open world activities, similar to things like random encounters in the world, will be in the game as well. And speaking of the world, it's rumored to be 4 times bigger than any of the original Dying Light maps.
Aiden will seemingly spend some of his time in the city looking for a cure for this zombie virus, along with searching for a long-lost family member. Aiden makes friends with Hakone, a former Night Runner who shows Aiden the ropes of the city and will hopefully help him find what he's looking for. Hakone can be seen in multiple Dying Light 2 trailers as he helps Aiden search through an abandoned GRE hospital. As some may know, the protagonist of Dying Light, Kyle Crane, was infected or bitten right from the start. The same seems to be true with this game. In fact, everyone is shown to be infected. The survivors have what seems to be this watch called a biomarker, which starts beeping if the user is about to turn. In order to survive, players will want to avoid being in darkness for too long, as this seems to be the new mechanic that replaces Antizin from Dying Light. With all this being said, Dying Light 2 is upon us soon, and although the developers say that it isn't necessary to play the original Dying Light to experience the sequel, we have to disagree. If you haven't tried or played Dying Light, Techland released a platinum version of the first game that has everything, all DLC ever released for the game. For those of you that still do play Dying Light, you can sign up for Techland GG, the new reward system for Techland games. If you sign up now, you can get new Dying Light weapons. There's also a comic about one of the special infected in Dying Light 2, the Banshee. You can unlock additional exclusive content, and there are free wallpapers of Dying Light 2 available. If you log into the website every day, your level increases, allowing you to unlock a lot of the weapons, outfits, and vehicle skins available to you. Make sure to be on the lookout for those Techland Dying to Know episodes, where you get to learn more about the game from the very same people who are developing it. Dying Light returns, February 4th, 2022.
We hope you enjoyed our rundown of Dying Light 2 so far. Let us know if you want to see more Dying Light 2 content, or if you'd like us to cover some of your favorite games. Make sure to subscribe and join our Discord server linked below to say hi. From all of us here, we're extremely excited to be back, and we can't wait to share with you what we have in store. Until next time.